Good evening, guys. We will be starting soon. If anyone wants to join, they can join. We will wait for 5 minutes.
हेलो एवरीवन। सब है इधर? थोड़ा चैट में बताओ यार। ग्रेट ग्रेट। ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। So welcome everyone. Good evening. I hope your holidays are fine. right? So welcome to the TechSprint X Hackathon Masterclass. So let's start. So first of all, I am myself Naman Reti, if you don't know me, and I am the GDG lead for Chandigarh University. So in this masterclass, basically, first of all, I will be going to go through the slides for TechSprint, our virtual hackathon, which is happening as we speak. And then we will shift to the masterclass just after 5 minutes of the brief introduction. Okay. So let's just quickly go through. So this is our timeline. Although the deadlines are not officially confirmed, but we have started our campaign on 5th December, right? And the project submission is already open from 10th of December. So we plan to stop the project submissions by 20 or 25th December. Although the official timings right now is 20th December. Okay. And by after that, the team will review the projects. Okay. So you will be representing GDG on campus CU on a global regional level, the whole India, right? So then the team will evaluate your projects, and then the top 10 announcement will happen somewhere around the first week of January. I hope your semesters also start during the same time. And then we will have another virtual event for top 10 teams pitching. Okay, so this date is not confirmed yet, but we will have the event soon. Okay, and then we will announce the top three just by the end of the event. We will also have a public opinion on that. Okay, and by 15th, you will have the confirmation of the top three teams. So basically, all the event will be wrapped up around 15th of January. So I hope there are no doubts so far. Yes, I will discuss problem statement in the next slide. So let's continue. So what is our problem statement? Let's see. So this time, this hackathon has the problem statement as open innovation. So you can build literally anything using Google technologies, but you have to focus on some real challenges or pressing social issues or anything you see around you, right? Any real issue. Just be creative with your ideas. So let me clarify, what do I mean by open innovation? So you have to identify any problem. Okay, so these are some examples: traffic management, waste disposal, etc. And then you have to build a solution using Google technologies to solve it. Okay, so some few ideas you can see that: optimize city services like garbage collection or traffic flow, and improve access to healthcare or education in underserved areas, promote sustainability, such as reducing energy consumption, sustainable principles, basically. And then you have to enhance community engagement through safety layers as well. So you have to use at least one Google technology. So I will go that to that part soon. So you are feel free to explore basically all the nearby social issues around your community and then build something on it. So that's it upon of the open innovation. So let's move on. So this is the mandatory requirement of using a Google technology. So you can build your solution around any technology. We don't mind that, but you have to include at least one Google technology so that your solutions get accepted. Okay. So here's some examples of any Google technologies like Gemini, Google AI Studio, Firebase, Cloud Platform, or any other Google technologies. Okay. So you can also use IDX if you know that, or Firebase Studio or whatever. So you have to ensure that how the Google technology is being used. And then you have to also demonstrate how other technologies are being used in your solution. So finally, from my side, I will explain you the guidelines on project submission. So you have to submit all of these with the project submission. So first of all, the PPT project deck or presentation, and then you have to submit the MVP link. So just deploy the project somewhere, use Vercel or any technology, and then record a 3-minute demo video of you explaining the product, basically using the product, going through it. Since the hackathon is virtual, right? So we need some demo videos. Also, then provide us the GitHub repository link to your project so that we can your code. And then finally, you have to show the solution description in less than 100 words. So I've already discussed that you have to list your Google technologies and AI tools separately. So any project after 1st December will be accepted. So make sure any references you use, such as GitHub and other repositories, so make sure they are created after 1st December. Okay. So we have also provided the slides template. Okay. So that will be given to you on the Hack to Skill platform as well. So just a quick question: how many of you are aware of TechSprint? The TechSprint is the virtual hackathon I just discussed right now. So how many of you are actually aware of it? Okay, no problem. So by the session ends, you will have a great idea of how to build hackathon winning projects, right? So mostly you will be shown a QR code as well to register for TechSprint. And then now I would like to take your questions regarding Google TechSprint before we move to the masterclass for hackathon preparations. So if you have any questions, feel free to speak now or use the chat. So demo video is basically a screen sharing video of you using the product. So just explore your product in the MVP platform, wherever you have hosted it, and then show us the important features. So you have to basically impress the users in less than 3 minutes. So I saw one hand raise of Krish. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask before we move on.
No, sir, that was only regarding the knowledge about the HackSprint hackathon.
Okay,
Tech
okay, great.
hackathon.
Okay, great. Then I think that would be all at my end. Now let's start the actual masterclass. So I would like to invite Amitrajit to continue the session. So I will let him present now.
Hey guys, am I audible? Okay, so welcome everyone. Good evening. And today we are conducting a Hackathon 101 masterclass. And the essential vision of this masterclass is to understand that how hackathon actually works, and also how you can participate and somehow how you can win the hackathon, right? So let's talk about who am I. I am Amitrajit Konch. I am the backend lead in GDG on campus. These are my socials handles, so you can just scan it and you can connect with me on that platform, or else you can take the screenshot of this slide. Moving further, so now let's discuss about what actually hackathon is. Now, hackathon is something where you are provided with some sort of problem statement and you need to build something really cool around it in a specific given time. And hackathon, especially we form a team. Ideal hackathons are generally when we form a team and then we present, uh, uh, we ideate, we implement, we iterate, and we overall combine everything and we come up with a proper solution around any problem statement. So now let's talk about that. What are the types of hackathons that are around the market, and how you can participate, and how to like there are some set of different roadmaps, or you can say a flow for every hackathon. So essentially, hackathons are divided in three formats. There are some hackathons are only ideation only. So you don't need to build anything. You just need to ideate on a particular problem statement and you need to present your idea. So there is no requirement of any kind of uh, prototype or demo. But some majorly of the hackathons are around buildathon, like you need to build something and you need to give a proper working idea, proper working implementation of your idea. Then we move to the next section, which is the hackathon, which are formatted according to duration. Now, in duration, generally we have 24 hours hackathon, then we have 36 hours hackathon, then we have 48 hours hackathon. These are the ideal types of hackathon where you need to go to a physical place, and for 24 hours you are constantly brainstorming and ideating, and you are implementing your workflow in order to get some fruitful solution. Apart from that, we also have long form hackathons. So long form hackathons ideally mean is these are generally take place from 1 week to 4 weeks. So these are, or more maybe, it can be 60 days or 90 days. So these are like long process hackathons, and you need to build something really great in these type of hackathons. And you are given with a problem statement. The process is same, but the duration time is long, so thus you have more time to ideate and work on it. Also, there are modes. So essentially, we have offline mode, online mode, and hybrid mode. Generally, it happens that when you conduct a hackathon or when you participate in a hackathon, uh, hybrid mode is the most ideal format, where the first two rounds or first round is the online mode, maybe a ideation round or maybe the PPT submission round, and then after the selection, you go for the physical round. Now let's move forward. Okay, so now we will talk about some popular hackathon platforms. So in this particular slide, I have included different types of platform from where you can get a hackathon, ongoing hackathons, irrespective of the domain. So in this, Hack to Skill is the number one platform where the TechSprint is itself happening. Then we have DevFolio. On DevFolio, you get Web2 based hackathon, AIML based hackathon, and as well as you can also see hackathons related to Web3. Then we have Unstop. Unstop is a very popular hackathon platform where the our last event, Hacko Octo, also was listed on Unstop. Then we have HackerEarth. Now, HackQuest, Dora Hacks, these two platforms are dedicated to Web3 space only. So on these type of platforms, you can mainly find all the hackathons related to Web3 space. So it can be of Solana blockchain, or it can be Ethereum network or Arbitrum network. We have multiple chains, we have multiple networks. So all the major Web3 companies conduct hackathons on these platforms. Then we have Kaggle and Hugging Face. These are sort of AI oriented platforms where we can get hackathons related to AI domain, AI niche. Okay, also I want to mention one thing, that if anyone have doubt, make sure to note it down. At the end of the session, we will have a AMA session. So that time you can ask anything. Okay, so now I would like to call my teammate or my fellow mate and a Flutter developer, Hardik, to continue it further.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, as Amit told, what is a hackathon? It's a it's where you make stuff, right? So, a true purpose of a hackathon is mentioned here, like creativity, innovation, implementing network, and having fun. So, for the first being creativity, you make new stuff and create your own ideas. Innovation, making these and innovating new ideas. Implementation, these ideas, you first of all think of an idea and making it into a project is the implementation of the idea. Networking, so you go into hackathons, you will find many person there, and you can try to connect with them. They will share you useful information, and you could like um, you could have a you could grow your network there. And the last but not the least, having fun and learning about new things. So, Amit, please, can you share the next slide? So, understanding the hackathon phases. Before making stuff or starting your project, you need to understand how a hackathon is structured and how does it flows. So, the first phase being the ideation and the PPT phase. Here, judges don't need your prototype or working code. They just need your idea, and they check your clarity on the idea, your feasibility and novelty. So, clarity is like when your idea needs to be clear, so it doesn't need to be a mess, and it doesn't need to have more than 3 to 4 different features. Focus on one feature, which is the main and core of the idea. Feasibility, the feasibility here actually means that can that idea be implemented in the time phase which you have for building the project. And last, the novelty. Novelty means improving, making new stuff or having a fresh angle for your project, which is solving an already existing problems. So the next phase is the prototype phase. Here, you actually work on the project and start making stuff around. So, as I mentioned earlier, you need to make the core idea of the project first. So, you don't want that you give a prototype with 15 different features, but none of them are integrated perfectly. Judges want a core feature that can actually work and which is implemented correctly and is like relatable to the idea which you submitted. Also, this at this stage, teams make mistakes like which I told you. Having too many features can cause uh, half-broken projects or ending up in different situations which you can't handle between the time phase. So that's also why a reason that a clear README is important. Over complicated prototypes are not what you need. So the last phase, which is the final round. Here it is all about your presentation. You go, if it is an offline hackathon, you will go to uh, the offline space and you'll need to present your actual prototype, your concept, and the presentation. So you need a solid workflow and for your demo. The judges will here will see your demo and then ask you about it. You will need to like before going into the actual presenting, you will need to you should go around and like think about the questions which they will ask, which they can be asked. Yeah. So next slide, please. So what can we expect in different phases? What can we expect in each phase of a hackathon? So this I will like Amitaji to continue on this slide.
Yeah, so guys, देखो exactly what we need to expect in each phase. We need to be very clear. हमें सारी चीज क्लब अप नहीं करनी है. हमें we don't need to complicate the things. Winning a hackathon is very simple if we break it in phases. Initially, the first and the core thing is ideation. So on the day one, no idea is stupid at all. If you are thinking around your problem statement and if you're getting any kind of idea, don't think that it's a stupid idea. Maybe that could be a winning idea. So be open to every idea and don't rigid yourself. Also, you need to ideate and you need to take some breaks. Then we always miss out on some domains or in some rules and regulations, that we do not read all the specification or the requirements that are given by the company or the hackathon platform. That let's say it's written that you need to use this particular tech stack or this particular technology or this particular tools, and we ignore that, and maybe we can build a solution which will directly disqualify from the overall hackathon. So हमें ये ध्यान रखना है कि we are reading all the rules and regulations and all the requirements that are listed or that are written by the hackathon organization on their particular platform. It could be hack to skill or unstop any platform. जैसे इस वाला hackathon में TechSprint में it is clearly mentioned that you have to use Google tools. So make sure to use Google tools. जो भी उसमें list given है, you need to use those tools. So that is very important. And while presenting your idea, you also need to specify that okay, here we have used this particular tool that was mentioned in the requirements, and उसको फिर clearly elaborate करना होता है. Else अगर आप उसको hidden space में रख दोगे कि okay, we have used it, but somehow we have used it and we will just go along the way, then somehow the winning chances are less. And if you are not clear with your ideas and clear with your implementation, then somehow it is a negative for the overall hackathon. Now also ideate deeply, so you need to get into a critical feedback loop. There is a problem that जब भी हम ideate करते हैं, or if you think about any idea, you feel that okay, I have think about this idea, इससे अच्छा तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता है. This generally happens with us when we think about something and we start ideating on something, and definitely we use AI. So हम थोड़ा सा AI का help लेते हैं, then we go with the खुद का brainstorming and let's say a team brainstorming session. But then also we need to criticize each other's idea very deeply, because if we don't do that, then judges will criticize you. So else, rather than getting criticized by the judge, get criticized with your teammates such that you get a full proof solid idea. Also don't pigeonhole yourself. So don't get stuck कि okay मेरे को तो यही अच्छा लग रहा है, मैं और कुछ सोचूंगा ही नहीं. No. In the whole process of ideation, take some breaks. क्योंकि ना एक पॉइंट पे सैचुरेशन आने लग जाता है कि okay, we are thinking, we are brainstorming, but एक पॉइंट के बाद क्या होता है कि हमें बस कुछ आइडियाज ही अच्छे लगते हैं और उन्हीं पे हम सोचते लग जाते हैं कि हाँ यही अच्छा, यही अच्छा, यही अच्छा है. तो टेक सम ब्रेक, जूम आउट, कि थोड़ा सा ब्रेक ले लो, थोड़ा घूम फिर के आ गए, थोड़ा कुछ कर लिया, एंड देन अगेन सेट ऑन आइडिएशन. दैट विल हेल्प टू आइडिएट बेटर. Else you will pigeonhole yourself and you will stuck on one idea which maybe is not a very good idea. You can get some much better ideas. Moving forward, now let's talk about how to create a winning PPT. Guys, this is very important, so listen this carefully. First of all, there are some set of rules that you need to follow for every hackathon, irrespective of कि उन्होंने कुछ बोला है कि नहीं बोला है. अगर तो उनके कुछ rules हैं कि you need to create the PPT for this particular slides, let's say 10 to 12 slides, तो फिर तो उसको ही follow करना है. But अगर कुछ भी information नहीं given है, तो this is something that you can follow for every hackathon and you can just go with this. So this generally helps to communicate your idea better in a clearer way. Now, the first rule is that you should be having a minimalist and clean UI. Don't overload it with multiple infographics, and don't overload it with multiple elements, which is not relatable at all. Don't go for Canva पे चले गए and बस जो बढ़िया लग रहा है, I will just select that and I will just proceed with that. Don't do that. Select a clean, minimal UI and start creating the slides on it. Then what we need to focus is, we need to make sure that maximum we are making our PPT around 6 to 7 slides, not more than that. Then we have to make sure that we are not writing paragraphs, क्योंकि देखो ये हम सबको पता है कि writing paragraphs takes times, and जो भी मतलब evaluator पढ़ रहा है उस PPT को, they don't have that much time, क्योंकि they also have a bulk of PPTs to evaluate. So उस केस में if you go with bullet points, clear short में लिख दिया bullets में, that is good to go. ज्यादा confusion नहीं, ज्यादा clarity रहेगी, and you are मतलब आपके chances PPT selection round के बढ़ जाते हैं. Also minimize the words and maximize the clarity. ये किस तरीके से करना है, let me explain. So clarity explain करने के लिए जरूरी नहीं कि आपको शब्दों से ही समझाना है. Use visuals as much as you can. एंड विजुअल से मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि यूज फ्लो डायग्राम्स. There are mainly two types of flow diagrams that you need to mandatorily add in your PPT. There are, number one is user flow. So what is user flow tells us about the project is that okay, एक न्यू यूजर आता है आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे एंड हाउ ही विल नेविगेट टू द एंटायर प्रोसेस टू अचीव द पर्टिकुलर सर्विस. तो उस चीज में होता है कि here is a user, then it goes to sign up or login page, then he redirects to a dashboard, and उसके बाद जो भी मतलब एक यूजर इंटरफेस पे जो भी चीजें होंगी वो आपको एक यूजर फ्लो में बताना होता है. इसमें ज्यादा टेक्निकलिटीज नहीं ऐड करनी होती है. इसमें बहुत सिंपल एक लेमैन को समझाने के लिए कि आपको यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है, यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है, यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है, वो चीज समझाने के लिए वी क्रिएट अ यूजर फ्लो. फॉर model architecture is something which we built for technicalities and if you want to go in depth. So in that particular thing we make sure कि okay, ये हमारा पूरा आर्किटेक्चर है, इसमें यहाँ पे डेटाबेस है, OAuth से ऑथेंटिकेशन हो रही है, यहाँ पे API यूज हो रही है, हमारा LLM मॉडल यहाँ से इसको रिफाइन कर रहा है, जो भी चीज है उस चीज को हम तब एक्सप्लेन करते हैं इन अ प्रॉपर वे. एंड इसके जो मेन टूल्स है जहाँ पे आप इनको डेवलप कर सकते हो, सो रिकमेंडेड टूल्स आर कैनवा, Miro, Escalidraw. अब Canva is more suitable for PPT building, but also for more ये आपका flow diagrams बनाने के लिए you can go with Escalidraw or Miro. And also if you are not aware, on your student ID you get a 1 year free subscription on Miro Plus. So if you have your student ID GitHub developer pack, so you can just directly get Miro 1 year subscription and you can privilege all the premium features of that. So make sure if you don't have, make sure to get Miro premium yourself. Escalidraw is a very good platform जहाँ पे आप clear flow diagrams बना सकते हो. Then what we have is कि जैसे कि हमने बताया कि diagrams and mockups आपको use करने हैं अगर मान लो you need to showcase your UI of your platform. So वो आप clearly एक slide में दिखा सकते हो कि okay, this is how our UI will look. And also create a basic template. So this is a sort of a template that you need to be that you will be using in every hackathon. But make sure कि अगर and only अगर open है, मतलब they are saying कि you can use any kind of PPT, but if there is a condition that okay you need to use this particular template strictly, then you have to follow that only. Then do not use Canva and anything else. But अगर open है and you are free to use anything, then you can go with your this particular template and you can just proceed with the PPT. But मैं फिर कह रहा हूँ रूल्स पढ़ना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. रूल्स हर चीज में बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ो कि क्या क्या उनमें रिक्वायरमेंट्स है. रूल्स नहीं फॉलो होते हैं तो डायरेक्टली डिस्क्वालीफाई कर देते हैं, वो फिर देखते भी नहीं है. Pro tip is your PPT is your first impression. If it confuses the judge, your prototype won't save it. So एक बार अगर आइडिया क्लियर नहीं हुआ जजेस को थ्रू योर पीपीटी और थ्रू योर मतलब जो भी आपने समझाने की कोशिश की है एक फ्लो डायग्राम से या मॉडल आर्किटेक्चर से, अगर वो क्लियर नहीं हुआ तो प्रोटोटाइप तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं समझ में आएगा, क्योंकि प्रोटोटाइप इज मच मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स. सो अगर यूजर फ्लो या फिर ओवरऑल पीपीटी का आइडिया ही नहीं लग रहा है कि कैसे काम कर रही हैं चीजें, देन it will be very hard or difficult for the judges to evaluate your prototype as well. Next we have prototyping and smart building smart. So definitely you need to use AI. See, you need to be smartest, you need to use the power or you need to leverage the power of AI. Don't entirely use AI ki we are doing everything through AI, but at least it देखो होता क्या है कि AI helps you to ओवरऑल जो डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस है स्टार्टिंग से आइडिएशन से लेकर प्रोटोटाइप बिल्डिंग तक सारी चीजों को स्पीड अप कर देता है. सो यूज एआई इन दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग टू increase your efficiency, but don't completely rely on it. Before this, I also want to share something. I will share a PPT which we have built. Let me just share. Yeah. So I hope the PPT is visible. Team, is it visible? Yes. Okay. So this was one of our idea which we just a second guys, just a second. Okay, so essentially what Sanjeevani, okay, so here we have built a PPT, and this PPT was built for one of our hackathon where me and my team went for a hackathon. And uh, to be honest, we have shortlisted on top 25 teams. This was held on IIT Lucknow, and we competed around every IIT, NITs, and BITS Pilani, and every good college, tier 1, tier 2 colleges. So I just want to share one template that okay, how a PPT looks like where we want to win. So uh, this is a problem statement. So problem statement needs to be as it is, as given in the platform, or as given in the theme. So you need to just copy that problem statement and write it as it is. Don't add anything else, because you just need to be very clear that this is our problem statement and we have built some solution around this. Then what we have a proposed solution. Now for proposed solution, we have clearly specified that okay, this was a problem, and for that particular problem we have built this solution. So here what we have did is, instead of writing solution, complete solution line by line or in pointers, what we have did it, we have break down the entire problem into multiple parts, and then we have cater that particular problem, and then we have build a solution around it, and we have write that solution. Similarly for the, like, let's say for this particular problem statement, we figure out that there are mainly two sub problems, and we have catered it accordingly. Then this is the model architecture. So this was something for the appointment system, something we built for our hackathon. But essentially you don't need to be very much good in your designing skills. A very block diagram type of thing would works great. You just need to create a simple block architecture, a simple model architecture, and you are good to go. Then this was a different type of like, we have multiple features, so we built two different model architecture for two different features, and this was the another model architecture that we built for. Then we talked about, if you I hope all of you are from first, second, third year, right? So I hope you all are aware of the flow diagrams or the flow charts that we have studied about in the college first semester itself. So here actually it works that okay, how the entire flow is working from start to end. So this you can include, and one mandatory thing that you need to include is the tech stack. So it is very essential that you are including your tech stack in a very clean UI. You can majorly you can use your logos of the tech stack, and that is good to go thing, because if you're using tech stack, evaluator is clear that okay, you are using this tech stack, and here itself you can include that particular requirement. Maybe like for TechSprint, you can include that we have used Google Gemini. You can just add that Google Gemini Studio logo here. So that will be very clear thing that okay, we have for the evaluator that okay, this team has added this particular tech stack in their solution. Then at last, generally we go for a solution impact, that how this solution is impacting the social feasibility, and overall how it is impacting the social environment, and you can just write it in simple pointers. So this is it for the PPT demonstration, and let's get back to the uh, slides, and let me just share. Yeah, so we were talking about prototyping and building smart. So as I said that you need to use AI. Don't entirely rely on it, but at least take the leverage of it. How AI can help you? AI can help you to draft your technical outlines. Okay, you are not getting the clear idea that okay, how I need to start the implementation. So in that, AI can help you. Okay, this is the tech stack. You can just simply prompt him that okay, I am building this solution. This is my basic idea, and this particular tech stack I am using. AI will help you to draft a outline. Then also it helps you to generate the folder structure or the boilerplate codes to kickstart the development journey. Also, it helps you to break the multiple large chunks of problems into microservices, and you can then proceed step by step, one to one, that okay, we will first work on this particular feature, then we will move to this particular feature, and then somehow. And also it helps to build the overall architecture. Architecture means that okay, how the entire flow, how the backend and the front end is communicating with each other. So this is it for this particular slide. Now I would like to call Anshu to our AIML lead to proceed further.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Amit, and thank you, Hardik. Thank you, Naman, all of you for presenting. And so now my part revolves around, now you have your idea and you have been selected to go to the offline round. Now you need to think about how you will be building your idea and how you will be pitching your idea. Now, before that, let me establish a few points that I think we should all know. First of all, why are we qualified to talk on this subject? So we as a team have done a lot of hackathons. So in our second year, we are in third year right now. We did 8 hackathons back to back. And you want to know how many we won? We won a total of 0 hackathons. And so my point is that your preparation can be good, but luck is also a big factor. And second of all, we are speaking on this subject because we have experienced it. Now, they say losses teach you more than success, and I think that is true. We have learned a lot from all our losses. And after that, we started winning. Once you get the structure down, how you need to do stuff, then you can also start winning. And the second point that I want to talk about before continuing is that this, what we are showing you, is just a template. It is a good blueprint, but it is not the law. You can follow it loosely, but make sure you know that every hackathon is unique. Every hackathon poses a slightly different challenge, and you need to tune yourself to it. All right, with those 2 points in mind, I think we can get to the slide. So the first slide I will cover is the golden rules for building. So there are 8 key pointers you would want to keep in your mind while you're building your product. So the first one is build the claim, not the product. Now, I think this is the most important point on this slide. What I mean by this slide is you have claimed something in your presentation. That is why you have been selected. So let's say you're building an IoT project, which you say we can tune down the pollution by 5%. Now that is your claim. Now you build that claim, not a product around it. Now you could say that I have an app with the IoT which has an OAuth login. That is good. A login is good. But is it what you were promising directly? Because the thing over there is that the login page right there is not the creative product of your idea. It is something that everyone can make. The creative product of your idea is what you claim you were doing. So you need to focus your resources, allocate your resources to what you were claiming, not to the fluff around that. Right. Now, the second point is lock scope early to avoid feature creep. Now, this is also an important point. We have a limited time duration till our hackathon, right? Now, you don't want to be like, after you have logged in your idea, you don't want to be, we can also add this, also add this, also add this. Now, if you have time, you can add quality of life changes. But this goes back to my first point. You do not need to add something you did not claim. What you claim is the most important thing you need to build. It needs to be to the point. You need to have a map that the user starts here, the user ends here, and all the points in between are defined. Now, features are like branches through that line. It will be nice to have them, but that's not what I said I will be building. That leads me to my third point. Don't over polish. Creases at the edges are fine. Now, judges don't expect you to have a polished idea. Like, you don't need to be, you have an app, 0 bugs, everything works properly at the first go. No, judges don't expect that from you. What you do need to have is that what your core idea is needs to be there, and it needs to be functional. Now, something can be broken. That's absolutely fine. But your vision should be clear to the judge that even if there is this hole, the entire picture can fill it in. So don't over polish. You can, it's the same point. Don't spend too much time on something that is not really that important based on, as compared to other things. Now, the next point is break work into bite-sized achievable components. Now, this means since you're working as a team, divide your work. So first of all, if you have a large task, think about how you can divide it into smaller tasks, which can then independently be tested and can be independently be combined to form a complete product. So that is important. So you break your work down into tasks. And then those tasks you assign to your teammates, and those teammates independently complete those tasks. And on a code collaboration platform like GitHub, you can merge your code. So that achieves parallelism, and that also achieves, you know, uh, monolithic tasks are broken down. Now the next is start a clean GitHub repository early and maintain commits and deployments. Now this is also very important. A lot of beginners underestimate the use of GitHub, the features of GitHub. So if you can master GitHub, if you can master Git, that is always a very big advantage. Git allows you to, it is a very good tool for CI/CD, for sharing your code, for building on the same project from teammates. So make sure you know how Git works, make sure you know all the basic commands, make sure you know what pull requests are, merge requests are, all of that, and commit on a regular basis. So after you complete a feature, commit. After you complete a feature, commit. So that there is a visual history for the judge to look through in your project, that this was this was what they worked on first, then this, then this, then this. So it builds a ladder that they can follow. Now, the next is also something regarding presentation, that we need to have a clean README file and documentation. If your idea needs specific instructions to follow, they should be mentioned cleanly in your repository. So for instance, if you're building a node project, you might have certain commands that you have configured and certain packages that need to be installed. Those need to be listed on your repository very cleanly, so that your process needs to be reproducible by others. Now, the last point is know your build limits and build accordingly. So this is also important, because you know what you can build. You have a good assessment of your building skill, and you have a certain time limit. So what you need to do is you need to assign yourselves in a clever manner, not to features that don't matter, but to the core subject of your idea, of your claim, and then plan around your limits. So I can build this teammate can build this. So for example, if I am an AI guy, of course I'll be working on the AI part. And if my another teammate is the deployment cloud guy, then of course he will be working on the deployment part. But even in AI, I might have certain limits. Maybe I don't know how to train a model from scratch. So I need to know my limits, and I need to plan according to them. So I know if I cannot train a model in scratch, that is what I will tackle first, because that is something that I don't know, for which I will need to do some research. So that is also important. So the bottom line is every decision should make your claim clearer, more defensible, or more reproducible. So these are 3 points you need to keep in mind while you are building. So Amit, if we can move on to the next slide. All right, so these are some helpful AI tools and models you can use for building. General stuff, I'm sure all of you know that. Brainstorming and content, you can brainstorm very well with ChatGPT, then same with Gemini, and the hundreds of others models in the market that do the same thing. Then we have, of course, UI UX. If you want to design UI, you can use Figma, Canva, or if you want to design the entire application, you can use something like Replit, Bolt, or some automated service you want to design, you can use Zapier. And for Dex, you can use Gamma. So this is just general AI tools. And I also did an entire session of how you can use these tools. So I will not cover that in depth. You can actually refer to my GitHub repository, Startup Sprint, if you want to go in depth there. But just the bottom line over here is that use AI as your assistant, not as the lead builder, because every line of code you will write will belong to you. And the judge will question you with the perspective that you wrote every line of code. So if you cannot explain yourselves, if you cannot explain a design choice, if you cannot explain a certain piece of code, you are responsible for that, not the AI you use, not ChatGPT, not Gemini. So that is all I want to say for this slide. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so now you are at the physical menu, you did your networking, you met other people, you had a blast of a time, you built your solution, and now you are at the final stretch. You are tired because you have been up for 48 hours, and now the judges are coming to your station wherever you are seated to evaluate your idea. And now you need to conjure up a good presentation, and a demo. So how do you do this? So of course, so the first idea, I keep reiterating this, because this is important. You own your idea. Treat your pitch as such. So as I said, every line of code, every single word you have written on your pitch is your word. So judge has every right to question, why have you written this? Why have you written that? And so you need to treat your pitch in a manner. So I'm not saying completely disregard a usage of AI, use AI, but make sure you proofread every single word AI has written. So that is equivalent amount of work. And if you do not like anything, erase it. If you want to add something more, uh, add it. But it is your work. You're responsible for everything. Now, the second point is keep theory selective, not exhaustive. Pick one strong mental model and explain cleanly. Now, what do I mean by that? So your model, whatever you are building, can have lots of theory behind it. So sir, we analyzed that this happened, so due to that we did y, and due to which we led to z. Now the judge has their own conscious, they are not stupid, they usually know what you're talking about. So you do not need to hammer down every single small detail. So we tried this, but that did not work. We tried that, but that did not work. We had this feature, we used first Node, and then we switched to something else. You do not need to nail down every single detail. What you do need to have is you need to have a coherent story that you can present to the judge. Your story should be consistent with yourselves, not exhaustive as it is written in the point. It should not be too detailed, but it should be consistent. And it should be, and you should have your mental model ready that this happened. Maybe it did not happen in reality, but you need to have a story ready in your mind. Now, the third is take doubts, not suggestions, address concerns, don't redesign life. So a lot of times the judge can throw curveball, like you could have also done this. But now what you need to do is you need to not fold under that pressure. You need to stand your ground, because you know why you did that, because it is your idea. You ideated that 2 months back, remember, in the ideation phase, right? You exhaustively discuss that idea with your friends and teammates, so now you know exactly why you did that. So you do not need to fold instantly and say, yes sir, we could have done that. But you can address it, yes, we could have done that, but we did this because this, because you know why you did that. And so you don't need to redesign your entire pitch right there. Just know your boundaries, know what you have built, know your core principles, and present what you have, right? The next is make the structure explicitly cumulative. All right, Gurdeep wrote something, but I don't understand you, Gurdeep. So if you can. All right, I'll just continue. Make the structure explicitly cumulative. Every step should unlock the next and be called out as such. Now, this is important. So as I said, you need to have your story. You need to have your story arcs ready. So sir, we first faced problem X. The solution was Y. And due to Y, Z was unlocked, right? The story builds on top of the previous arc. It is not a scattered distribution of, oh, we did this and we did this. No, it is a sequence of events. So this happened, then this happened, then this happened. So right, that is how you need to structure your story. Next is keep delivery calm and deliberate. Confidence comes from clarity, not speed or hype. Now this is important. It is essential that what you do is clear to you and you remain calm. No need to remain nervous. Be confident in your abilities, because as I keep saying, this is your idea. You know it best. The judge does not know it. You're there to explain to them, right? So keep calm and deliberately explain every single point. Address every concern the judge have, but also stand your ground at the same time. You need to be confident, and where that confidence stems from, because you're clear in your idea, because you built it. It is your idea. It does not come from hyping up or being extremely speedy. This confidence is coming from your ability to plan everything, to build everything, and have actually built it, right? The next point is optimize for judge cognition. Minimal jargon, restate key ideas once in different words, fewer metrics with clearer meaning. Now this means that judges come in an array. So a judge might not be technically sound too much, or a judge might be extremely technically sound. Now you will get an idea. So you will be sitting there for 48 hours. You will get an idea that my judge is of this type. So you evaluate your judge before they come to you, and you design around that. So you observe that, okay, my judge knows a lot about technical details. Maybe he's of the type that will get impressed if I go into detail of how I implemented feature X. But maybe he's not technically versed. So if I just loop him around in jargon, he will find it boring and we will get eliminated. So you need to optimize your presentation on the basis of who your judge is. That is also very important. And those are the 6 main points I had to cover, and I will be of course present in the AMA session to also take doubts. But that is all for me. So I would like Amit to continue from the next slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Anshu. So, guys, we have a great announcement, as already our lead Naman told. If you want to participate in your first hackathon, or in your second hackathon, or in your hackathon that you want to win, TechSprint is there for you. You can just register it directly, form a team, and start building, ideate, and just because this time in TechSprint we have open innovation, we don't have any specific niche or any theme. We can just go directly, and you have a huge number of ideas that you can work on, ideate on, and you can just build something really cool. Now it's time to ask me anything. I just want to add one thing, that if you are using AI for development or for anything, like for specifically for development, and if you are using Copilot, then we have and also to be considering that you have the GitHub Pro, then you can use the Claude Sonnet or Claude Opus 4.5. Those are really good for development. And for in general designing the UI, you can go with Gemini 3.5 Pro, the latest one which has been released. So these are some AI models that you can use for designing the UI or designing the core architecture of your implementation. Now, if you have any doubts or any question, then just let me know, or you can just ask other panel also. The chat is open. We are taking the questions. So if anyone have any kind of doubt regarding anything, or they have experienced something in their previous hackathon and they didn't find that how this actually works, you can ask that as well. Are we clear on this? सबको समझ में आ गया? Give me a yes on chat अगर सबको समझ में आ गया है, जो भी अभी तक बताया गया है पूरे सेशन में. Okay, yes. Cool, fine. Is there something that you want to ask regarding hackathons or specific niche, या फिर यहाँ पे भैया आइडिएट कर रहे थे, यहाँ पे अटक गए, इसको कैसे फिक्स करते हैं, कुछ भी? You can turn on your mic and directly speak, or you can just go with the chat also. I guess there are no doubts, so we will proceed further then. रुक जा, एक मिनट रुक. So we are proceeding further. I just want to okay, so thank you. These are the 4 QRs that you need to scan, and for now you can just take the screenshot, and the first QR is for the link tree of the GDG CU. So from there you can get all the socials handles of the GDG CU, the Twitter, LinkedIn, and everything, Instagram and everything. The second is the most essential one, the TechSprint Hack to Skill QR code. From here you can just register yourself if you have not done as of yet. The third one is the WhatsApp group of TechSprint, from where you will getting the further updates. And the last one is something that might be very helpful for you. These are some hackathon resources that I have put in a doc, and you can just get these resources. These are some links for every thing, for creation of ideation, PPT, implementation, AI models, and everything. So you can just get some details from here, or else if you find any kind of doubts or any kind of problem in future, we all tech leads are here, so you can just contact us directly as well. But I will appreciate if you can just scan the hackathon resources and get registered yourself to TechSprint. This is a really cool chance, because majorly all of us, like for the first and second year students, all of you guys are enjoying your holidays. Then definitely you can build something in your meantime. So you don't have any load of academics. So you can definitely go with the hackathon. Rest, I will just a second, guys. Now I would like to hand over to Naman, and he will conclude the rest. I will just stop sharing the screen.
Am I audible? Okay, great. Okay, so guys, let's wrap this up. So the event was very good. So I hope you all have learned something new, right? So I would like to really thank the speakers for this event, my GDG core teammates, Amit, Rajit, Anshu, and Hardik for their insights. So just reiterating again that these guys have participated in many hackathons on the regional level, global level, right? So before ending, I would like to say a few words. Like, of course, read the rules very carefully. For example, the TechSprint hackathon is already live on Hack to Skill. Just go there. Uh, I think you have seen the QR code. If possible, I would like to ask Amit to share the QR code again, right? And then read everything very carefully. It will help you a lot. So understand the stakes. This is an official hackathon by GDG on campus. Okay, this hackathon is directly affiliated by Hack to Skill and Google. So imagine winning a Google affiliated hackathon. So obviously rewards are the side products. Top three winners will get something directly from the Google uh, team itself. So you can flex winning a hackathon. So hackathons are really great to showcase on your LinkedIn and resume. And on top of it, this is a Google affiliated hackathon. So it will look really good. So before ending, last thing, just go open your chat and let's see that if let's do a poll. Should we reconsider extending the deadline for tech sprint from 28 to 25? So just write what deadline do you want, 20 or 25? Just write 20 or 25. So if you are competitive and you want others to fail, obviously I'm joking. So just write 20. And then if you want some more time to work, just write 25. So let's see in the chat. Okay, I don't think I have seen a single 20 as well right now. Okay, great. So let's see. Okay, I will consider extending the deadline. It will be notified to you directly in the GDG group. I think you are all in the group. Let me just share my screen again. Just check the QR codes. Okay, so all the QR codes are here. You can take a screenshot. Otherwise, the session recordings will also be provided, and then you will also be provided with this PPT as well. So everything is at your convenience. So I hope you all enjoyed the event. Okay, so if you have any last minute questions before we end, now is the time to ask. Otherwise, we will end the session in just a minute. Okay, I don't seem to be having any questions in the chat. Okay. Okay then everyone. See ya soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.